and they ran it back 80 yards for a touchdown. 4 10-minute quarters. The quarterback is Colton Garnett. Head coach is Trent Thompson. Nick Garnett, one of the assistants, Jay Rich, Kobe Barlow. So the quarterback is Colton Garnett. Out of the shotgun, 3rd down and 10 for Mountain Ridge from their own 45-yard line. Garnett looks to throw, going to take off, and he races to the outside and stays on his feet, broke a tackle, and he's going to pick up the first down with his second effort, a gain of 2. Slipped a tackle over here on the near side, and he got around from Matthew Greenrock. The Flagstaff is in the white uniforms with the red helmets and numbers that are basically unseeable. I know that the parents wish they were a little bit in better color, but we'll do the best we can with it. And Mountain Ridge in the maroon and white. It is 8-0 in favor of Flagstaff after the 80-yard kickoff return on the initial kickoff. About 6 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. 1st down and 10 for Mountain Ridge at the 44-yard line of Flagstaff. Garnett goes out of the shotgun. They hand off inside this time, and not much doing. Again, that was Elias Earl. So Becker making the tackle on that one. The running backs, Joshua number 28. Mondragon, the last name, but probably just call him Joshua, but Earl getting the carry that time. So Garnett brings in the play. Again, the referees starting the game awfully quick, and we weren't able to get everything set up. It was only, seemed like 5, maybe 10 minutes in between the two ball games, and Flagstaff got the opening kickoff. They returned it 80 yards for a touchdown, so they lead 8-0. About 6 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. 2nd down and 10. And the bootleg cutting up and spinning is Garnett. And a nice tackle on defense. It was Blair. So Blair making the tackle on that one, and Garnett inside picking up a couple of yards. Maybe got maybe a yard at best. He didn't get a whole lot. Joshua checks out. Elias Earl, well, now they want to keep him in the ball game. Earl will stay in the ball game. It's 4-down territory. It's 3rd down and 10 for Mountain Ridge at the 44-yard line of Flagstaff. They need to get down to the 34-yard line for a first down. 3 receivers set. Garnett goes out of the shotgun. He will look to throw. Has pressure, steps up, going to throw on the run, and he overshot the intended target here on the near side was Levi Friedman. Garnett had an opportunity to take off and take it himself, but at the last second he saw Friedman was open. He thought he'd take a chance on him, and he overshot him by just a little bit. Again, if you're just joining us, it is 8-0 in favor of Flagstaff. They took the opening kickoff and ran the kickoff back 80 yards for a touchdown. They got a 2-point conversion, the 2-point kick conversion. 4-down territory, 4th down and 10 for Mountain Ridge at the 44-yard line of Flagstaff. Garnett goes out of the shotgun, 4 receivers. He's going to take it himself, or thought about it. He slipped one tackle, tries to get to the outside. He's tripped up on the far side. Tripped up on the far side by Blair. They told me that Blair was one of the leading tacklers, number 34, on the team for Flagstaff, as well as number 8, Adrian Jimenez. So those are a couple of guys to keep your eye on. And it appears possibly that, well, they turn it over on downs. It almost appeared that Thompson, 13, was going to be back to punt it away, but it was over on downs. So Flagstaff, who doesn't have, well, they've got a little bit bigger team on paper as far as number of players. So they take over on down, 1st down and 10 from their own 43-yard line. They pitch it going left this time and getting out to the 47-yard line this time. was Jack Culbertson. So Culbertson running that one around the left side, and he picked up 3. Again, 8-0 in favor of Flagstaff. They ran the opening kickoff back 80 yards for a touchdown. We're about halfway through the first quarter. 4 10-minute quarters. Jimenez 8 and Blair 34 will be the main running backs. Brawley number 11 will be the quarterback for Flagstaff on 2nd down and 11 from their own 46-yard line. A handoff going left this time. And he fights his way for the first down and more. Breaks to the outside and finally going to be run out of bounds on the far side by Colton Garnett. So it was Blair getting the carry that time. And on the play, he picked up 22 yards. Flagstaff making the trip down here from the North Country. First down and 10, Flagstaff at the 34-yard line of Mountain Ridge. Play fake, rolling right is Brawley, and not much doing over here. Maggard got the ball, but he's going to be taken down for a 2-yard loss back at the 36-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 12 for Flagstaff at the 36 of Mountain Ridge. Flagstaff on the season is 3-2. The head coach Francisco Vega. 8-0 in favor of Flagstaff. They returned the opening kickoff 80 yards for a touchdown. 2nd and 12, Flagstaff at the 36 of Mountain Ridge. Brawley goes out of the shotgun on the end around. Coming here to the near side and not much doing that time. Maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage. Mauled by Garnett. So that was taken by Maggard again around that right side on the end around. Maggard originally came in wearing number 18, but he switched to 44 for the ball game. No gain on the play. Maybe he got a yard at best. It is 3rd down and 11. Flagstaff has dominated the ball game so far. The ball rests at the 35-yard line of Mountain Ridge, and they need to get down to the 24 for a first down. Brawley will go out of the shotgun with 3 receivers. Man comes in motion towards the near side. Brawley fumbled the ball for a second, and a long toss down the near side, and it is complete, but a penalty marker comes in. They're going to say the offensive player pushed off. It was Jesse Ledbetter who pushed off. It's going to be offensive interference. So we moved the ball back. It was a nice catch, but some pushing off by Ledbetter. Flagstaff leading 8-0 here. About 3 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. They ran the opening kickoff back 80 yards. Blair, 34, and Maggard have done the kick returns. But since we were not on the air, we're not sure if it was Blair or Maggard. But one of those two guys ran that kickoff back 80 yards. After the 15-yard penalty, it brings up 3rd down and 26 from midfield. Jimenez goes in motion. A long throw deep down the near side, and it goes incomplete. It goes incomplete to Jaden Hermansky. And that may be the end of the first quarter. Flagstaff leading 8-0 after the opening kickoff was returned 80 yards either by Blair or Maggard. Unfortunately, we weren't on the air at the time as they got things started awfully quickly before we could get things underway. So that's the end of the opening quarter. I'll tell you one thing, Boston Brawley throws a nice pass. Keep an eye on him. Flagstaff has led all the way so far. We're going to take a quick break in the action with Flagstaff leading 8-0 as we head to the second quarter.
No idea what they're about to see. A team that's actually ready. They're counting on us to quit.
You don't stand a chance. This will be a cakewalk.
This is what we've waited for.
We've prepared for this, but they're bigger than us. They're all talk. Our team is not afraid to fight.
We are the husband and wife law team.
Call the husband and wife law team first.
That was great, Alexis. I didn't even get hit this year.
And welcome back, everybody. Eric Anderson along with Jeff Lowry, 8-0 as we start the second quarter. It is 4th down and 21 for Flagstaff at midfield. Brawley goes out of the shotgun. He's got a ton of time, steps up, heaves it deep down the right side into a ton of coverage, and it is complete at the 20-yard line. Blair going up and making a catch and doing a good job there. So Blair, quite an athlete, going up and making that catch. And that was a gain on the play, made it down to the 20-yard line, a gain of 35. Flagstaff has been in business here. They've dominated Mountain Ridge so far. They lead at 8-0 as we start the second quarter on an 80-yard kick return, either by Blair or Maggard. Weren't on the air at the time. 1st down and 10 for Flagstaff at the 20-yard line of Mountain Ridge. Out of the shotgun, a handoff going left this time, and a race down to the 10-yard line. That was Jimenez, Adrian Jimenez, with a gain on the play of 10 around the left side. I'm very impressed with this Flagstaff team so far. Temperature expected to get to 84 degrees here at Mountain Ridge High School in Glendale, north of Highway 101 on 67th Avenue. So Flagstaff 3-2 on the season, coached by Francisco Vega. They've dominated this ball game so far. It is 1st down and goal for Flagstaff at the 10-yard line of Mountain Ridge. Boston Brawley is the quarterback. Directing traffic with 3 receivers. Man goes in motion. They fake the end around, and Brawley throws to the back left corner of the end zone, and man unable to hold on with some good coverage by Colton Garnett. They tried to get that ball to Maggard, number 44, so he just wasn't quite able to get there as he didn't have enough room in that part of the field down there. Brawley brings in the play from the sideline. There's a pair of kids by the first name of Boston on the team. There's even a Roston. So a couple of names that I haven't heard of before. 2nd down and goal for Flagstaff at the 10-yard line of Mountain Ridge. A handoff going inside, spinning, and the ball pops loose. The ball pops loose. The tackle was made. It was Maggard again, and the tackle was made by Sam Rich. It was Maggard on the carry. Jimenez is checked in. Maggard is checked out. Our score is 8-0 Flagstaff early in the second quarter after an 80-yard kick return to start the ball game, either by Blair or Maggard. We weren't on the air. They started awfully quick. 3rd down and goal from the 5 for Flagstaff. Brawley will go out of the shotgun, rolls to his right, looks towards the end zone, just throws it away as he was being charged by Daniel Serrano. Serrano with some good pressure, as well as number 86, who we don't have on the roster. So will Flagstaff try a 22-yard field goal, or will they go for it? They lead at 8-0 here, about 6 or 7 minutes remaining. 8 minutes remaining in the opening quarter, or I should say opening half. Opening half, 8 minutes remaining in the second quarter, 8-0 in favor of Flagstaff on that 80-yard kickoff return to start the ball game. So Flagstaff will go for it, 4th down and goal at the 5-yard line of Mountain Ridge. Brawley will go out of the shotgun. A low snap, Brawley going to take it himself with some blockers, and he is close to the end zone, and he is in for the touchdown, a 5-yard touchdown run by Brawley. Flagstaff now with a 14-0 lead here, 8 minutes remaining in the opening half. And Flagstaff kicked the extra point last time with Betcher doing the kicking. And that one is no good. It got blocked. So the score stays 14-0 Flagstaff after the 5-yard touchdown run by Brawley. Today's Arizona Youth Football League game is powered by the Husband and Wife Law Team. Serious injury or wrongful death cases, go to the husbandandwifelawteam.com. Mark and Alexis Breyer, they've very well-respected law firm, and Jeff plays the commercials that are rather funny on TV. That's one where, or on the ads, that Mark gets run over by a football player. So very well-respected law firm. So go to the husbandandwifelawfirm.com. Our first ball game at noon was an 8th grade matchup. O'Connor Junior Eagles beating the CMFF Wolf Pack 32-19. So Betcher all set to kick off.
Come on, Mountain Ridge, let's go!
Betcher all set to kick off for Flagstaff. $14-0 Flagstaff. Here is Betcher's kick. A pooch kick caught at the 48-yard line, grabbed by Levi Friedman. And it'll be good field position. 1st down and 10 for Mountain Ridge from midfield. Timeout is called by Mountain Ridge. About 7 minutes remaining before halftime here, and Flagstaff leading by a score of 14-0. They took an 8-0 lead right off the bat, an 80-yard kickoff return right off the bat. The very first play of the ball game on the kickoff, and then now moments ago a 5-yard touchdown run by the quarterback Brawley. The first extra point was good by Betcher, and the last one here was blocked. The 4 p.m. ball game, it's an 8th grade matchup. That's 14 and under, 13 under. The Ridge Junior Mountain Lions versus Flagstaff's Panther group. So far, Flagstaff has really dominated this ball game. They've done a very good job. They're in the red helmets, and Mountain Ridge in the maroon uniforms, and they've got great field position. Do the Mountain Lions 1st down and 10 at the 48-yard line of Flagstaff. Garnett will go out of the shotgun with 3 receivers. He hands off to Joshua going inside, and he is hit and dropped at the line of scrimmage. So a big tackle by Uzziah Ortiz-Watts. So no gain on the play as they gave it to Joshua. Mondragon, I believe that's the pronunciation, Mondragon, but we'll call him Joshua, wearing number 28 for for the Glendale Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions, coached by Trent Thompson. About 6 minutes remaining in the first half. It is 14-0 in favor of Flagstaff. They ran the opening kickoff back 80 yards. Then moments ago, they got a 5-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Brawley. 2nd and 10, Mountain Ridge from the 48 of Flagstaff. From the shotgun. Garnett fires across the middle. It goes incomplete. The receiver wanted interference on the play, but he's not going to get it. Blair on the coverage that time. It goes incomplete. It was intended for Elias Earl, who had played some running back early on. Blair on the coverage. He's done a whole lot of stuff. He's maybe one of the best defensive players, as well as Jimenez, and Blair very dangerous in the backfield. 3rd down and 10 for Flagstaff at the 48-yard line of Mountain Ridge. They need the 38 for a first down. Out of the shotgun is Garnett. Has pressure, rolls to his left, throws on the run. It goes incomplete. Would have been shy of the first down as it was. Coverage by Dubrovic. So Mountain Ridge will go for it. 4th down, I believe the intended target was Thompson on the far side. 6 minutes remaining in the first half. It is 14-0 Flagstaff. 4th down and 10. Mountain Ridge, the 48 of Flagstaff. Garnett will go out of the shotgun. He has pressure. They set up a screen pass to the left. Joshua racing down the left sideline. Finally tripped up right around the 26-yard line. Tripped up over there by Kaysen Colt. And on the play, it's a gain of 20 yards. Move the chains down to the 24-yard line. 1st down and 10 for Mountain Ridge. They're on the move, trailing 14-0. Officially 25 yards on that. Officially 25 yards on that reception to Joshua. 1st down and 10, Mountain Ridge, the Flagstaff 24-yard line. Garnett goes out of the shotgun. Tosses here to the near side, and he underthrew to Levi Friedman. So Mountain Ridge with a nice drive going. They're down 14-0 here. About 5 minutes remaining in the half. Flagstaff ran back the opening kickoff 80 yards. Then they got the 2-point conversion on the kick, and then 5-yard touchdown run moments ago by Brawley, the quarterback. Extra point, no good. So far it's all been Flagstaff in this ball game until this drive by Mountain Ridge. Joshua will be the running back. The quarterback is Garnett on 1st down and 10. Mountain Ridge at the 24-yard line of Flagstaff. 3 receiver sets. Garnett awaits a snap. They hand off to Joshua to his left. Had a big hole, broke a tackle. The 20 stays on his feet. Close to the first down marker, down around the 13-yard line. Again, it was Blair that was in the vicinity amongst several other Panthers. A nice job of blocking on that left side of the offensive line to give Joshua Mondragon a gain of 9 down to the 15-yard line. 3rd down and 1 for Mountain Ridge at the 15-yard line. Elias Earl is now in at running back as Garnett out of the shotgun. 4 receivers on 3rd down and 1. Van goes in motion. 86, who is not on the roster, and the bootleg going right. The quarterback, Garnett, getting to the outside. He has the corner, and Taken out of bounds now at the 10-yard line, a gain of 5. And Garnett is coming up a little bit lame. I heard somebody in the crowd say the hit was 5 yards out of bounds, but regardless, it was a rough block, or a rough tackle, I should say. So we're going to take a break in the action, I believe, Jeff. It is 14-0 in favor of Flagstaff, right around 3 to 4 minutes remaining in this first half, but Mountain Ridge on the move. And a replay to the right. This is the play that Garnett got injured on.
It's actually ready. They're counting on us to quit.
You don't
First
stand a
ball game
chance.
was O'Connor beat
This will be a cakewalk.
This is what we've waited for.
We've prepared for this, but they're bigger than us. They're all talk. Our team is not afraid to
86.
fight.
We are the husband and wife law team.
Mountain Ridge first down and goal at the 10-yard line of Flagstaff. They hand off to Joshua. He lost the handle on the ball. A fight for the ball back at the 15-yard line. Let's see who's got it. They're going to say it's Flagstaff ball. Coming away with that was Oscar Betcher. So he recovered that fumble. He made the first extra point. He's been a kicker, so an unfortunate break right there for Mountain Ridge. And Mountain Ridge has an injured ball player that's gone to the tent down here. It is the quarterback, Garnett. That's very unfortunate for the Mountain Lions. We'll see who comes in after he goes to the bench. We're going to mark it as a penalty against Mountain Ridge. Flagstaff leading 14-0, about 3 minutes remaining in the half. So Flagstaff turns away the Mountain Ridge drive with the fumble by Joshua. Flagstaff scored first on an 80-yard kickoff return, the opening play of the ball game. Then a 5-yard run by the touchdown Brawley about 5 minutes ago. First extra point was made kicking, the second one no good. Flagstaff up 14-0, about 3 minutes remaining in the half. So Mountain Ridge turned away by Flagstaff, 1st and 10. Flagstaff from their own 30-yard line after the penalty. Brawley goes under center, going to take it himself and goes straight ahead for about 2 yards. Not much doing that time. Jack Vaughn and number 86 getting in there for that tackle. 86 not on the roster. Big Vaughn in the middle, putting the clamps on the quarterback. A gain of 2 at 2nd down and 8. Flagstaff from their own 32-yard line. Flagstaff got the ball first, so Mountain Ridge will get it first to start the second half. So potentially Flagstaff can try to run this clock the whole rest of the quarter. 2nd down and 8. Brawley goes out of the shotgun. There's a blitz going on. He heaves it deep down the middle of the field, and it goes incomplete. Into triple coverage. Into triple coverage intended for Jaden Hermansky. So Hermansky went up in the air and made a valiant attempt to try to grab that ball, but couldn't quite come down with it. Imagine Flagstaff enjoying, well, it's cooler up in Flagstaff this time of the year, so, but it's not hot here either. It's probably a nice little trip for them coming down. Again, Flagstaff got the ball first, so Mountain Ridge will get it first in the second half. The only real threat that Mountain Ridge has had is they drove it down to that 10-yard line on their previous drive, and Joshua Mondragon couldn't hold on to the ball, and it was recovered by Oscar Betcher of Flagstaff. Flagstaff returned the opening kickoff 80 yards for a touch and got a 2-point kick conversion to make it 8-0. Then a 5-yard touchdown run by the quarterback Brawley. Extra point was no good to make it 14-0. What do you guess, about 3 minutes remaining in the half? Something around that. It'll be 3rd down and 8. Flagstaff from their own 32-yard line. Brawley will go out of the shotgun with 3 receivers. A low snap. He rolls to his right. Brawley shovels it to the running back who breaks tackles, breaks into the open, and cuts here to the near side. It is a foot race down the near sideline. And all the way for a touchdown is Jimenez. Jimenez goes 68 yards. Adrian Jimenez got that pitch. And it is now 20-0 Flagstaff just before halftime, as they've really been dominating Mountain Ridge. Jimenez broke several tackles on that and showed his speed. It was kind of a risky play on that pitch. Betcher will try the extra point. For a 2-point conversion, he is 1 out of 2. And the extra points, if you have a good long snapper, a good holder, and a good kicker, you can really is a big positive for your team at this lower level. So Betcher is 1 for 2 an extra point. The last one was blocked, and that kick is up. It is good. It is now 22-0 Flagstaff. Just before halftime. And Flagstaff has led the whole way. Kind of surprising, in fact, coming down from the high country and really dominating Mountain Ridge. It's halftime? Well, it is halftime. Referees do a great job, but they're not always consistent with telling us when it's going to be halftime or the time. So it is halftime. It is 22-0 in favor of Flagstaff as we head to halftime. And Mountain Ridge will get the ball starting in the second half.
No idea what they're about to see. A team that's actually ready. They're counting on us to quit.
You don't stand a chance.
And welcome back, everybody. Eric Anderson along with Jeff Lowry out here at Mountain Ridge High School. We start the second half 22-0 is our score. Flagstaff has really been laying it on Mountain Ridge, and that kickoff is just a pooch kick, and it is fielded there right around the 48-yard line, gobbled in by Bustamante, and it'll be great field position for Mountain Ridge, 1st and 10 at the 48 of Flagstaff. Recapping the scoring, Flagstaff scored first to make it 8-0, an 80-yard kickoff return, and a 2-point conversion on the very opening kickoff, a 5-yard touchdown run by Brawley, the quarterback, then a 68-yard run by Jimenez. 2 of the 3 extra points have been kicked by Betcher, which adds an additional 4 points. So we start the third quarter 22-0 in favor of Flagstaff. First down and 10 for Mountain Ridge at the 48-yard line of Flagstaff. Need to get something going, Garnett, or check that Thompson is in now at quarterback as Garnett, they swinged it out to the right side. And it goes incomplete. So Drake Thompson now in at quarterback is Colton Garnett really got shaken up on a hit down here on the near side at the 5-yard line. He had to leave the ball game and hasn't been back. So Drake Thompson in at quarterback for Mountain Ridge. Maybe he'll give them a little bit of juice coming in and a shot in the arm possibly. Second down and 10. But Mountain Ridge at the Flagstaff 48-yard line. 4 receiver set. Joshua, the running back, the low snap that time and doing the best just to get on top of it was Thompson. And he's going to lose about 7 yards on that play on the low snap. So making sure that he was down was 25, not on our roster, actually. Sometimes they... Martinez on the tackle. Well, there's been some changes and additions. That goes with this level. But Martinez in on that tackle. We had Maggard change numbers from 18 to 44 also, so a lot of late changes sometimes out there. Third down and 16 for Mountain Ridge from their own 44-yard line. They need the opposite 38 for a first down. Thompson out of the shotgun. A quick toss here to the near side, and that could have been trouble. It was intended for Levi Friedman, and it goes incomplete. Could have been picked off. So Thompson looking a little bit rusty out there potentially. I mean, with Garnett, the starting quarterback on the sideline. On 4th down and 16, let's see if Mountain Ridge goes for it with the ball resting at the 46-yard line. It appears that Thompson's going to punt it away. Thompson will punt it away, gets the snap, and he did not get it off. It is blocked. It is blocked and picked up by Flagstaff. The punt was blocked and returned by Flagstaff. Believe it was Bustamante who got his hand on it. Did you happen to check and see who gobbled that ball up? As it's very difficult to see the numbers. So a block punt return for Flagstaff. That would be Matthew Greenrock. So it appears Matthew Greenrock returned that kick. Betcher will try the extra point. It is 28-0, and that kick is up. It is good. It is now 30-0 in favor of Flagstaff. Right around, I guess, 7 minutes remaining in this third quarter. So Greenrock returning that punt that was blocked, I believe, by Bustamante. And it goes unofficially for 45 yards. Yeah, a little bit difficult. We're doing our best we can to look at those numbers, but it's white on white. But that was great. Yeah. But nevertheless, that happens, and it's just fun to be doing a game out here in some great weather. So our score is 30-0 in favor of Flagstaff, really putting it on Mountain Ridge. Betcher, who is 3 out of 4 in extra points, that accounts for 6 points, will kick off for Flagstaff. Joshua and Javalera back deep to return this kick, but it didn't go all that far, and it was recovered right around the 43-yard line that time by Sam Rich. Oh, good point, the continuous clock. And that's another one that they've, I guess every sport that is out there, they make changes. Like way back when Wilt Chamberlain and George Mikan were doing the dunks, they had to raise the goal, the basketball net for them because, yeah, if I mention that, but they're all adjusting. The NFL trying to help with the concussions have changed that, so they've changed it now to a 30-point lead, a continuous clock. Thompson hands off, and the big tackle on the play, it was Devin Blair getting a face mask there as Joshua Mandragon got that carry. Blair's been all over the field today. He's had a heck of a game. So without the starting quarterback, who's still sitting on the bench down here, it makes it a little bit tougher for Mountain Ridge to come back. He was Colton Garnett was injured on a play down here on the near side or on the 5-yard line on a hard hit, so he's out of the ball game, sitting under the tent, and it was a horse collar tackle. So Mountain Ridge, the ball will be moved up to the 47 of Flagstaff. 30-0 in favor of Flagstaff, a continuous running clock here midway through the third quarter. Kind of a mercy rule type of thing. 1st and 10 for Mountain Ridge at the 47-yard line of Flagstaff. Thompson, the backup quarterback, awaits a snap. Throws it here to the near side into traffic, and it was nearly intercepted. It actually hit 3 other guys, and it was nearly caught at the end by Vincent Bustamante, who was the receiver. He had the last shot to try to get it. And then I believe you mentioned 12, Michael Tuil, number 12, making that potentially interception. Some big guys on that Flagstaff team. A tough ball club. 2nd down and 10 for Mountain Ridge at the 47-yard line at Flagstaff. Flagstaff leading 30-0 here in the third quarter. Thompson goes out of the shotgun. A quick toss here to the near side, complete to 86. We don't have on our roster, and he picks up about 3 yards down to the 44-yard line. So Martinez, another guy, he's wearing 35, not on our roster either. So not on our roster either. But so we know it's Martinez. I'm going to write that down so he gets credit. You've got good eyes there. So Martinez wearing 25, and he's been all over the field today. He's had a good day. 3rd down and 6 for Mountain Ridge, the 44-yard line of Flagstaff. 30-0 Flagstaff, a continuous clock here in the third quarter. Thompson, the backup quarterback, out of the shotgun. Dumps it off to Joshua here on the near side. Gets past one defender, stays on his feet down the near sideline. May go all the way if he stays in bounds, and he did. A 44-yard run by Joshua Mondragon. And Mountain Ridge on the scoreboard, they trail it 30-6. Good job by Joshua to stay in bounds. Tiptoed that sideline all the way down the left side. So I guess the continuous clock is off now, as it's less than 30 points, a 24-point lead. The extra point try would be Levi Freeman to try to get a 2-point conversion. And that kick was tipped at the line of scrimmage. It is no good. So getting a little bit of a finger on that was Noah Siemtua. So here in the third quarter, guessing about 3 or 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter, Flagstaff continues to lead by a score of 30-6. Recapping the scoring, Flagstaff returned the opening kickoff back 80 yards for a touchdown. They got the 2-point kick conversion. The quarterback, Brawley, a 5-yard touchdown run to make it 14-0. Jimenez, a 68-yard run for a touchdown for Flagstaff. Flagstaff led it 22-0 at half. Then they added 8 more points at the beginning of the third quarter. A blocked punt by Greenrock. The extra point was good for 2 points. It was 30-0, and now Joshua Mondragon running one down the left sideline, 44 yards. The extra point no good, so we stand at 30-6 here. Flagstaff leading with about 4 minutes remaining in this third quarter. We are still in a running clock. Friedman will kick off. He boots it here to the near side, picked up at the 33-yard line. Cuts it back, and he's tripped up around the 42-yard line by the kicker, Friedman. Nice tackle by the kicker, Friedman. 24-yard return. So it'll be good field position for Flagstaff. First down and 10 at the 20 or the 42-yard line of Mountain Ridge. I guess it will remain a continuous clock. Oh, they're taking Colton Garnett away, and that's not a good sign. So he's getting some medical assistance. It appears maybe that his right ankle, well, don't want to speculate on anything, maybe his right ankle, but he may have just gotten shaken up pretty bad. That's unfortunate to see. He was hit down around the near side of the 5-yard line on a very tough tackle by Flagstaff defender. First down and 10. Brawley rolls to his left, directing traffic with a man in his face, throws it up for grabs, and it goes incomplete at the 20-yard line. Levi Friedman just about came down with it. So hopefully Colton Garnett, who really looked good while he was in the ballgame, hopefully he'll be all right. Boston Brawley throws a very nice ball for Flagstaff. So we continue with the continuous clock. It is 30-6 Flagstaff. Our first game, it was 32-19 O'Connor over the Wolfpack of CMFF. Second down and 10 for Flagstaff at the 42-yard line of Mountain Ridge. Brawley out of the shotgun, a handoff going left this time. Breaking into the outside, and a penalty marker coming in, and this probably will come back. It was Adrian Jimenez on the carry, picked up about 9 yards, but a penalty marker here on the near side. Jimenez had the 68-yard touchdown run earlier, so he's had a nice afternoon. Thompson on the tackle for Mountain Ridge. So he's playing quarterback and defensive back. So hopefully Colton Garnett will be okay. So Drake Thompson playing free safety and quarterback. Well, where are they going to spot this ball? It appears it's going to go against Mountain Ridge. They're going to spot the ball at the 31-yard line of Mountain Ridge. First and 10 for Flagstaff. They lead at 30-6 with a continuous clock here in the third quarter, due to the 30-point lead that they had a moment ago. Jimenez, the running back again, lines up to the left of Brawley, who goes out of the shotgun on first and 10, 3 receivers. Man goes in motion is Maggard on the End around has blockers. Maggard into the open. A penalty marker comes in. He's going to go all the way for a touchdown. It'll be 31 yards if it holds up. If it holds up, well, taking a look at the referees, I think it may stand. Maggard got the end around and went quickly 31 yards. But the referee's sorting it out, and it almost looked like it may count. We'll just wait and see. Two penalties, so offsetting penalties. So Maggard's wonderful 31-yard run is nullified. It's coming back. So they'll spot the ball again. It was at the 31. It'll remain there. It'll remain 1st and 10 for Flagstaff at that 31 of Mountain Ridge. Maggard really had some good moves there, but there were two penalties on the play. The quarterback, Brawley, had a 5-yard run. Jimenez, a 68-yard run for Flagstaff. The opening kickoff returned 80 yards. Green Rock returned a blocked punt, 45 yards. The lone score for Mountain Ridge, a 44-yard touchdown run by Joshua Mondragon. So 1st down and 10 for Flagstaff at the 31-yard line. Maggard goes in motion towards the far side. They fake the end around, and a throw that is incomplete at the 17-yard line. That's the end of the quarter. It was intended for Jimenez, and the end of 3 complete. It is 30-6 in favor of Flagstaff.
This will be a cakewalk.
This is what we've waited for.
We've prepared for this, but they're bigger than us. They're all talk. Our team is not afraid to fight.
We are the husband and wife law team.
Call the husband and wife law team first.
That was great, Alexis. I didn't even get hit this year.
And welcome back, everybody. Eric Anderson along with Jeff Lowry out here at Mountain Ridge High School in Glendale, just north of the 101 on 67th Avenue. Our score is 30-6 Flagstaff as we head to the fourth quarter, a continuous running clock since the Flagstaff leading by 30 or more points, just kind of a mercy roll type of thing. Flagstaff returned the opening kickoff 80 yards for a touchdown to make it 8-0. Brawley, the quarterback, then ran one in from 5 yards to make it 14-0 Flagstaff right before the half. Jimenez afternoon. And that'll go for 27 yards. 27 yards to Maggard, who made a nice catch down inside the 5-yard line. Flagstaff trying to add to a 30-6 lead here in the fourth quarter, a continuous clock. Maggard has done a lot this afternoon. It's 1st down and goal for Flagstaff at the 1-yard line. Appears to be a false start on Flagstaff. So after the illegal motion penalty against Flagstaff. It cost him 5 yards. First down and goal at the 9-yard line of Mountain Ridge. Jimenez lines up to the right of Brawley, who goes out of the shotgun with 3 receivers. Maggard goes in motion. They hand off to Maggard going right, cutting back to his left, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Maggard with some good moves again. So Maggard on the afternoon has had some big plays. That is his first touchdown. It is 36-6. Flagstaff here in the running clock in the fourth quarter. 9-yard run by Maggard. Betcher will try the extra point. He is 3 for 4 on the afternoon. And that was a little bit low, and he lost his footing on it. Is no good. The score remains 36-6 Flagstaff here in the fourth quarter. Probably about 7 minutes to go, and it's a running clock due to the 30-point lead. I'd imagine that Mountain Ridge is getting a little worn out. They've been on the field defensively for a long time and probably down in the mouth a little bit, being beaten by 30 points. 84 degrees out here at Mountain Ridge High School, and pretty nice weather. This is game 2 of 3. The 4 o'clock game is an 8th grade 14 and under matchup. It is the Ridge Junior Mountain Lions versus Flagstaff's 8th grade team, the Flagstaff Panthers. They've been pretty tough. Betcher will kick off for Flagstaff. Back deep here on the near side is Havilena and Joshua on the far side. Should say Havilera. Joshua gets it at the 38-yard line, races to the outside. He is thrown down after a 7-yard return. A big hit, and Blair has been all over the field today. He got him again. That was a vicious tackle by Blair, but perfectly legal, at least from my eyes. They've got some very tough kids up in Flagstaff. Some very enthusiastic ball players. So again, the continuous clock once we start a play. Kind of the mercy rule. If you're ahead by 30. At one time, it was a 42-point lead in high school. They use the high school rules for this level, but it is now 30 points. A bit of a mercy rule thing. It's 36-6. Flagstaff here in the midway, probably through the fourth quarter. First down and 10 for Mountain Ridge from their own 45-yard line. Thompson, the quarterback, dumps it off to Joshua on the left, trying to get to the outside. Breaking a couple of tackles and fights his way out for a 4-yard gain out to the 49-yard line. Jimenez comes up for the tackle. He's done well, and he had that 68-yard run early on. So Flagstaff very much in command. They came in 3-2. And, of course, the starting quarterback, Colton Garnett, injured at the end of the first half. Had a very hard hit down around the 5-yard line on the right side. And he's been taken, he was under the tent for a while, but he now has been taken off the premises to get looked at. Second down and 6. Thompson over the middle. Goes incomplete, a little bit behind, 86. So it'll be fourth down. So Drake Thompson, the backup quarterback, is in the ball game for Mountain Ridge and got a tall task filling in for Garnett. Joshua Mondragon checks into the ball game now at running back. 3rd and 6, Mountain Ridge from their own 49-yard line. It's been all Flagstaff all day long. They lead it 36-6. Here about 4 minutes remaining in the ball game. Thompson will go out of the shotgun on 3rd and 6. From their own 49 are the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions. Hands off to Joshua in the backfield, and a huge hit in the backfield. Huge hit in the backfield that time by Devin Blair. He's had a highlight reel type of film out here today. He has had some big hits. Be hearing his name in the future. That was a loss on the play of 7 yards. The line of scrimmage has been moved back to the 42, making it 4th down and 13. Mountain Ridge from their own 42-yard line. I'll tell you, Flagstaff has got a lot of very good players. Temperature very nice out here, 84 degrees. The next ball game starts at 4. 14 and under, 8th grade Ridge Junior Mountain Lions versus 8th grade Flagstaff Panthers. Flagstaff has brought in some very good ball players coming down here. 4th and 13 for Mountain Ridge from their own 42-yard line. They need the opposite 45 for a first down. Thompson will go out of the shotgun with 4 receivers. Passing situation, works out of the shotgun, but a penalty is called. The running back lined up next to him was Elias Earl. And a timeout is called. So it will remain 4th down and 13 for Mountain Ridge. Mountain Ridge scored 22 points in the first half. Kickoff return for a touchdown, a 5-yard run by Brawley. The quarterback, 68-yard touchdown run by Jimenez. Second half, then Green Rock had a punt blocked, and then he picked it up, ran it in for a touchdown on a punt return to make it 30-0. Flagstaff, Mountain Ridge's only score, 44-yard touchdown run down the left sideline by Joshua Mondragon. And then Maggard added a 9-yard touchdown run just moments ago. It is 36-6 Flagstaff nearing the end of the ball game. Earl is the running back lining up to the left of Thompson on 4th and 13. Mountain Ridge from their own 42-yard line. He throws, does Thompson. It's a little bit low. It goes incomplete. A little bit low that time to the intended receiver. That was intended for M.J. Javalera. So on downs, it goes over to Flagstaff, 1st and 10 at the Mountain Ridge 42-yard line. So Thompson filling in for the injured starting quarterback Colton Garnett, who was injured and taken off the premises. Hopefully he's okay. Just had a hard hit down here out of bounds. Hopefully it's just maybe an ankle or something like that. Nothing worse than that. A continuous clock since the lead by Flagstaff is over 30 points. It is 1st down and 10 for Flagstaff at the 42 of Mountain Ridge. Flagstaff leading 36-6. Brawley goes out of the shotgun. He will look to throw. Has pressure, steps up, trying to get away. Brawley cuts it back here to the near side, slipping a couple of tackles down the near sideline. And he is drilled out of bounds that time by Joshua Mondragon. Thirteen-yard pickup. Did you say Fulton?
Well, he threw the ball
Well, we'll have to take a look. With a big lead, they might want to bring in some of their reserves. So Brawley is potentially done for the day. Need to get the binoculars out. It does appear to be Fulton in at quarterback. The game nearing its end. There was a penalty on the play. Movement against Flagstaff. So Jackson Fulton now in giving Brawley a rest at quarterback. 1st and 15, Flagstaff at the 34 of Mountain Ridge. A continuous clock, 36-6, Flagstaff leading here in later stages of the fourth quarter. Fulton goes out of the shotgun on 1st and 15. Lofts it deep down the near side. It was a duck that is picked up by Levi Friedman. Slipped a couple of tackles. Gets to the far side, and he's now at the 22-yard line, a 10-yard return. Not the prettiest pass in the world, a little bit of a duck, and it was intercepted. Levi Friedman coming down with it. So not a whole lot of time in this one. We have a timeout is called by Mountain Ridge. No running clock on the scoreboard, so we do the best we can to estimate how much time is left. It's 4 10-minute quarters. So we just kind of guess at it a little bit, best estimation. But a continuous clock. It is 36-6 Flagstaff here, running clock in the late fourth quarter. We've got a replay looking right here, and that was the interception. A member of Flagstaff got a hand on it, but it bounced and Levi Friedman picked it up. The pass was a bit of a wobbler. I only threw underhand. I think my rotator cuff was shot at birth. So the next ball game will start at 4 o'clock. First down and 10 for Mountain Ridge from their own 23-yard line. Joshua, the running back. Thompson, the quarterback, out of the shotgun with 4 receivers. He will throw down the left side, and intended for Levi Freeman. It was knocked away in a nice play on defense. Hit him in the chest over there. Could have been intercepted. Be honest, a little bit difficult to pick up the numbers for Flagstaff, to say the least, but just doing the best we can. Second down and 10 for Mountain Ridge from their own 22-yard line. They trail it 36-6. Continuous clock here late in the fourth quarter. Thompson goes out of the shotgun. And a whistle and a stoppage of play, and probably a fault or a legal motion against Mountain Ridge. Well, in fact, it's offside against Flagstaff. It'll be a free 5 yards for Mountain Ridge. It'll be 2nd and 5 from their own 29-yard line. Closing moments of the ball game. Flagstaff leading 36-6 on a continuous clock as Drake Thompson brings in the play for Mountain Ridge. Joshua Mondragon will be the running back. He lines up to the right of Thompson. Goes out of the shotgun with 4 receivers on 2nd down and 5 from their own 29-yard line. Swing it out to Joshua, who makes a dangerous catch, and he is hammered at the 23-yard line and hit and dropped by Jaden Hermansky. One of the bigger hits on the afternoon. Hermansky with a big hit. And a loss of 4. You could see that one coming. It'll be 3rd down and 9. Mountain Ridge from their own 24-yard line. They trail it. Mountain Ridge trailing 36-6. Running clock, later stages of the ball game. 3rd and 9, Mountain Ridge from their own 24. 4 receivers set. Thompson out of the shotgun. Throws across, and it's complete to 86. We didn't have on our roster, and taken down immediately, I believe, by Joshua.
They may need to refresh their screen again.
May need to refresh your screen out there if you're watching on the internet. We've had connection problems, so we apologize for that. It'll be 4th down and 5, we'll call it. Ball resting at the Mountain Ridge 29-yard line. 4 receivers set. Thompson out of the shotgun to his right as Joshua Mondragon. Thompson gets the snap, has pressure, and lofts it into traffic. It is intercepted by Flagstaff, and a return of about 13 yards. Return by Kaysen Colt. So Kaysen with an interception. That is the end of the ball game, with Flagstaff really laying it on Mountain Ridge by a score of 36-6. Back at 4 o'clock for the 8th grade game. 14 and under, it's Ridge Junior Mountain Lions versus the 8th grade Flagstaff Panthers. For Jeff Lowry, I'm Eric Anderson. Back in moments.